Hey everyone, 12 News meteorologist Stephen Matrigrano here with a Weather Now update for you. Of course, we're in a Pinpoint Weather 12 alert for not only the snow that we're talking about, but also the cold. We have a cold weather advisory issued for late Friday night and through early parts of Saturday morning until 10 a.m. The entire area kind of feels like temperatures down into the below zero digits and looking at maybe as cold as like minus 15 in some cases. And, daytime temperatures Saturday will be in the teens. So some very cold air out ahead of our storm, which is set to arrive for Sunday, especially the second half where the heaviest snow will be falling. Winter storm watch is posted all across the area for a foot or more of snow from this system. Here's a look at the setup. Cold air in place, entrenched over the weekend across our area. High pressure, is the main culprit of that, being to our north. The low pressure, the storm, will be tracking 2 hours south, but close enough to give us that heavier precip, which is why we're forecasting such high totals from this system. So here's a breakdown of things. This is, again, for Sunday and Monday, what to expect. Again, I mentioned the bitter cold out ahead of the storm, late Friday into Saturday. Snow arrives Sunday morning, so Saturday's looking dry. The heaviest snow still looks to be Sunday evening and Sunday night. Significant accumulations possible. Again, over a foot of snow with some gusty winds at times near the coastline. So we're still thinking about 1 to 2 feet for most areas, maybe a tad bit less on the higher end there, further south and east, as there could be a little bit of mixing of some sleet. But again, if there's a little bit of a shift in the models over the next day or two, that could change. But certainly thinking that most, if not all areas, see at least a foot of snow from this system. So where is the system now? Well, it's currently getting its act together across the west by Saturday morning. So we're jumping ahead here. Saturday morning, you're seeing that system across parts of the Midwest. Kansas, Nebraska, that's the snowy side. Then in Texas, you have your ice. As we go through the afternoon hours, you can see that system advancing eastward into Saturday night into Sunday morning. The snow, of course, on the north side, ice in the middle, and rain on the south side. We're looking at snow across our area that works in Sunday morning on the lighter side. And then as we go into the afternoon and evening, that's when the snow gets steady, heavier, and looking at just treacherous travel conditions after about 5 p.m. or so on Sunday, right through the latter part of the night and overnight as that storm tracks 2 hours south. Looking at the mix line here, it tries to get pretty close to us, but again, there's a varying difference in models as to how close that rain snow line or the mix line actually gets. It could mix with some sleet at times on the coastline. That could, of course, change, though, as we get closer. So we're monitoring that. And then as we go into Monday, some of the models want to give us some of that throwback moisture, if you will, on the backside of the storm as it pulls away. There may be a little bit of a disturbance that kind of lingers nearby into Monday. That could bring us a little bit more additional snowfall for Monday, if that came to fruition. That's a big if because we're still several days away from that, so it is worth watching, though, over the next couple of days. Newport, you're cold and dry out there. Temperatures now falling. We're back into the upper 20s and low 30s in many cases north of Providence. South of Providence still holding on to the upper 30s to near 40, and your wind chill forecast for Saturday morning here looking ahead could be feeling like minus 20 in Smithfield at 9 a.m. on Saturday. So some brutal temperatures on the way Friday into Saturday, and then some snow for the end of the weekend.